against all odds.
In this building off Highway 290 resides an office where dreams begin, where the phrase "you can't" doesn't exist. Hello everyone, I'm Daniel Gotera. You know, it's a blessing to cover sports in this town, and over the past couple of months I realized that the people are the reason why I love this job so much. We're standing here in the headquarters of Special Olympics Houston, and this organization is celebrating a special milestone this year.
Let me win. But if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
You see, this organization was born 50 years ago.
Let us begin the Olympics.
It was Eunice Kennedy Shriver who started it, and the goal was to give children with intellectual disabilities and special needs a chance to participate in athlete activities. What began as a small camp in Maryland in 1968 is now made up of 172 countries and 5.7 million athletes. Here in the Bayou City, the group's mission is as strong as anywhere else. Renee Klavensky is the program director.
Gosh, I don't even know where to start with you. Why do I do this? I love our athletes. They're phenomenal. They're the true essence of what sports is about.
She started as a volunteer, not knowing how long she'd be involved, yet as soon as she got to know the families and the athletes themselves, it didn't take much to keep her around.
Here I am, 25 years later. It's amazing to me how it's grown. I started here with 1,100 athletes in 6 sports. Now we're at 9,800 athletes and 17 active sports here in the Houston area. I still cry at opening ceremonies. I still cry at amazing feats, but it's always joy. It's pure joy watching the athletes succeed.
Like this basketball competition in Cyprus, where 720 children and adults ranging in ages from 9 to 68 participated.
I really enjoy the team sports. Is you see the teamwork between the athletes, and that's neat to see. The cheering for each other, slapping each other up, high fives, and it's a lot of fun.
You know, basketball is one of the more popular Special Olympics sports, and that's where we begin our athlete profiles. It's a young man and a family that could have quit a long time ago, but you know what? That just wasn't an option.
Which hand do you dribble with?
Step into a gym in the Houston area, and basketball sounds might not be the only thing you hear. That laugh.
Come on, Beebs.
Yay! Well, it's perfect, considering who it belongs to is pretty unique, too.
This is an amazing story, isn't it?
It is. I mean, there's no words for it other than whenever you see it for yourself, just to see what he is capable of doing.
Hallelujah.
Good job, Bebo.
Bebo is Brendan West's nickname.
Bebo.
Okay.
And the 22-year-old has never been interested in what the definition of the word no is.
If Bebo thinks he can do it, he'll fight you for it and try and give it all you got.
His father Ray and mother Ann adopted Brendan when he was just 6 weeks old.
And they told us that he'd never do anything, that he'll just go to the restroom and eat, that he'll never do anything.
Brendan has Roberts syndrome, a genetic disorder that delays development of facial features and limbs.
You did great. Okay, ready?
He was born with no arms, so he has to do everything with his feet.
Switch.
And these days, they usually have a basketball between them.
Are you the best basketball player out of your friends?
Yes.
Yeah? It's not close, is it?
No.
No, not at all.
He learned how to play while in junior high.
Oh, yay!
Was it hard at the beginning?
Yes.
Okay, when you get to the cone,
Now,
pass to me. Come on.
he makes this seemingly impossible task look easy.
Yes. Yay!
His attitude and his abilities. But he does have talent. He does have talent. But it's because he works so hard to develop the talent.
This Special Olympics star has earned multiple titles. He was awarded an honorary ESPY last year, impressed Rocket star James Harden during a free throw shooting contest, and even hooped it up with the Harlem Globetrotters less than a month ago.
You had some fun with us today? Cool, man. I've never seen anybody shoot the ball with their feet before.
What was it like playing with the Globetrotters?
Awesome.
1, 2,
And that's a description which coincidentally fits this young man too.
The drive for Bebo is deep in his heart. He has the heart of a lion.
to go with the personality.
Yay!
Are you always smiling?
Yes,
Why are you always smiling?
because I'm happy.
And how can you not
All right, Bebo, you lead us today.
root for that?
Let me win.
If I cannot win,
If I cannot win,
let me be brave in the attempt.
let me be brave in the attempt.
Yay!
And Bebo's star is just starting to shine. The Globetrotters invited him on a statewide tour next time they're in Texas, and his favorite team well, the Rockets had him shoot their first shot. From Toyota Center, we cross Highway 59 and arrive at BBVA Compass Stadium. The team that plays here also has a tight bond with Special Olympics. The Dynamo Unified Group competes against Major League Soccer squads from across the country. And one of their players, if you can believe it or not, could not walk 6 years ago. This way. The green shoes on this soccer field in Katy belong to a player that 5 years ago wasn't able to even put them on.
What can I say about our son?
In the case of Matt Weiser, a lot, and these days, all of this is a nice break. Put your foot on it. From what's happening away from the game.
It is what it is, and you move on and go on, and it's been a wonderful distraction.
Rebecca and John Weiser saw their home flooded during Harvey. In fact, our conversation took place in their living room, still being refurbished.
I'm looking at this like, oh, what's going to be, is my house going to get anything done today? Nothing's done. All right, let's go play soccer.
And that's what this story is all about, their son Matt and his zeal for this sport.
Because when we see you out there, you're pretty good.
Because I have been playing when I was pretty young, 5 years old.
Those early years, though, also brought about challenges. In the second grade, he started having epileptic seizures. They got so severe, he underwent surgery which removed a part of his brain, rendering him without speech and leaving him paralyzed.
He's overcome so much in his life. Like, I was with him post-surgery.
Love you. Come on, just one time. Just so Grandpa can hear. Do it for Grandpa.
Oh, we're just playing keep away.
Well, as you can see, that didn't keep him down.
So it's awesome to see that he can go from completely paralyzed to learning how to walk and run and is excelling.
And Special Olympics has given him the chance to shine. He's played on several Dynamo Unified teams and been able to compete on the national stage.
They're still a child, they're still a kid, they're still a grown adult, but they have some special needs, but they're not different. They just want to be accepted too.
I do like working with the other soccer players.
What's better, making goals or blocking goals?
Making.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun, right?
Yes.
Even just able to lace up those green shoes is a blessing this family won't ever take for granted.
Like, he's found his spot. And that's all you're looking for, is for some place for him to be his own self.
He is my boy. He is my boy.
And he is himself on that soccer field. He loves it.
I've learned more from Jack than he'll ever learn from me.
Coming up, a conversation with Texans head coach Bill O'Brien.
You like that hat, Jack?
The love he has for Special Olympics explained.
That's a good hat, Jack. Looks better on you than it does on me.
NRG Stadium is a place where larger-than-life stars prove why they're the best at their craft. The guy calling the shots for the Houston Texans these days is head coach Bill O'Brien, a man for whom Special Olympics means the world, one whose family is why life is worth living.
When you're a head football coach in this league, you're very fortunate, and there's only 32 of us, and so I think each one of us, and I've learned this from other coaches, have different, like you said, platforms, different ways to give back to the community.
Bill O'Brien knows he's extremely blessed. As a coach, he's doing what he loves, but in no way is that what defines him.
We'll let Michael help you blow out the candles, okay?
It's family, above all else. His wife Colleen and sons Jack and Michael. The oldest, the biggest fighter this 48-year-old has ever known.
Jack has taught me a lot of things. I always say that I've learned more from Jack than he'll ever learn from me. The perspective that Jack gives you as a parent, been great for my life.
A boy told he wasn't supposed to live past the age of 2 is now a teenager.
Jack was born with a brain malformation, and he's 15, and he'll be 16 in August. He's a great little boy, and my wife is his champion.
How have you guys grown as a couple? It is quite the challenge. I always say it's a God thing, really, when to have the strength of parents to do this. How have you guys grown as individuals?
It's a great question, because a lot of times when you look at the stats, the stats tell you that a lot of times when couples have a special needs child, a lot of times that leads to breakup, and that certainly hasn't even been close to true with us. I think with Colleen and I, for me personally, my respect for her has grown immensely from watching her take care of Jack on a daily basis. Jack's issues require 24/7 care, and she is incredible with him.
When Jack was born and you were confronted with, okay, now we have to take care of him, did you look at the organization so much differently at that point?
I definitely did. That's a great question. I would tell you that we did look at it differently. I think we had always donated, financially to Special Olympics over the years, even before we had kids. But then when you have a child who has special needs and you're looking for activities for that child, you look at Special Olympics right away. And
when you initially get involved that heavily like you did, what's the initial reaction for you to see what this organization really means to so many families?
I mean, it's hard to put into words. These young people who are born with these disabilities, they almost become free. They're able to go out there and perform amongst people that have similar disabilities, and it brings so much happiness to them that there is a level of innocence that you see there, knowing that, once they come off the track or off the field or whatever it is, off the court, there are a lot of challenges.
But do you ever kind of take a step back in a moment to realize, holy cow, I've come this far with my family here by my side, and I've done so much. Do you ever take a moment to just kind of assess where you are right now professionally and personally in your life?
I think when it's all said and done, maybe, you'll look back on it, but there's so many things that Colleen and I always look at and say, we're just like everybody else. That's kind of how we view it, and we're very appreciative of the family that we have and appreciative of Special Olympics.
That's a good hat, Jack.
Local fundraisers prove key to each chapter's success and longevity. O'Brien serves as a co-chair for one of the Houston chapter's biggest fundraisers. It's a golf tournament held in March, also chaired by Hall of Famers and former Oilers Mike Munchak and Bruce Matthews.
When we're out here on the golf course, it's all business for them, but at the same time, there's a true joy of competition for them. It isn't about the big paycheck or the Sports Center top 10 or trying to make something like that.
This particular sport continues to grow within Special Olympics. And there is a pair west of the city that take father-son time on the course to a whole new level.
What do you recommend?
In this golf duo from Fulshire,
fishing way?
Mark Lindsay knows he has to be on his game.
Oh, topped it a little bit.
What's that like out there on the course?
Oh, it's tough. If I make a bad shot, he's all over me, but it's normally him making the good shots and carrying the old man.
The he being referred to is his son, Sean.
Do you give your dad a hard time sometimes?
No. He's got a good swing.
So they go back and forth.
Go straight to the right.
All while Mom Linda.
I never would want my children, to have a child to grow up going, I never got to know my father. And this really brings them close together.
Well, she's amazed any of this is even happening.
That's my partner. Way to go.
I look at it now and I think everything was worth it.
At age 3, Sean's parents were told he was autistic, that he wouldn't be able to speak.
So you want me to hit?
There's anger, there's questioning why, and then there's acceptance, and you go on.
That word acceptance, though, not in Mom's vocabulary.
Good shot, partner.
I'm a very determined person, so
yeah. When you set your mind to something, you're going to do it.
I do, and I said to myself that I will not give up until they throw the dirt over my head.
So she worked with Sean, and now, years later,
I play the sports that I love, and I love what I do so much.
He tried to compete with regular athletes, and he was not accepted, kind of pushed aside, and Special Olympics gave him that opportunity to be out there.
And taste victory. Father and son have one area, state.
Perfect shot. Look at there.
And even placed at national competitions.
If I could putt half as good as him, I would just be probably a professional by now.
Good bogey.
What's it like playing with your dad?
He's a very good competitor.
Is he a good golfer, though?
Yes, he is.
That's the right answer.
Yes.
Each shot, a testament to love,
Nice shot.
sacrifice, and the human spirit.
You know, all the challenges that we've had in life, and this is just, the icing on the cake for us.
Way to go, big guy.
Count 11. KS for you.
You see?
Stands for Houston.
Sean gets it.
Good stance, Sean.
The ladies are on deck after the break. Two athletes with personalities
Come on, Christie, go, go, go.
to match their stellar athletic talents.
I win, but I don't like lose, Ben. Push it, push it, push it. You got it.
Welcome back. You know, many people may not realize this, but the Houston area is home to nearly 10,000 Special Olympics athletes, and you can bet that each one of them has a unique personality. The next two athletes we're about to feature fit in that category. Christie and Meg, lifelong friends, and they both have a pretty bright future. All of us need an escape, a place where everything disappears. Meg Norman sees the pool as her sanctuary.
If you're like feeling sad or whatever, it just makes all of that go away.
Yes, every second in the water is pure joy.
I have so much fun swimming.
But she also loves winning.
Good job, Meg. Way to go.
The competition she faces rarely has a chance.
You know, they'll try and get some on my head, but then I just ignore them. Then I get them.
You gotta block it out.
I just block them out and then do what I have to do.
Her recipe for success is easy.
Fun, energetic, never stops, talks a lot.
Yes.
Okay.
Even after our interview.
Just give me hot weather.
Me too.
I like the beach.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the beach is the best.
This personality, though, hard to reel in for other activities.
All right, Meg, so what we're going to do today is get together and, some new athlete packets like you usually do, okay?
Okay.
All right, another one down. 25 more to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still, her work in the Special Olympics office.
We need to run 20 copies of this.
A different type of enjoyment.
What's it like working here in the office?
It's really fun.
Yeah, they have you do a lot of stuff?
Yes.
Too much stuff sometimes?
No.
And Meg does this each week, even after having been diagnosed when she appeared on the autism spectrum at the age of 2.
I think being the youngest, her big sister and brother doted on her, and you know, that helped her confidence too.
I like to be around people and I like to smile.
Just spend 5 minutes with her. And that love for life she has is sure to come out.
Because if you don't smile, then nobody's going to.
Of course.
She is a free spirit in every sense of the phrase.
Thank you.
Whose days in the water
I want to swim for a long time.
Are seemingly never ending.
Until I can't do it anymore.
Come on, boy.
The innocence of a conversation says a lot sometimes.
Just spreading your love all over.
And at the police horse barn in Northeast Houston, the talks may seem one-sided.
Don't flick my hair.
Christie Roberts, though, doesn't see it that way.
I can relax here. Like, he knows me really well, as you can see with all the love.
She and 4 friends sponsor one of the horses here.
You only have one more.
His name is Smash.
Don't want you to get a stomach ache.
All of this, much needed downtime for a young lady seemingly always on the go.
Doing the same thing back to you.
Do you feel like a superstar?
I wouldn't, like, technically use the word superstar. Like, that's not in my vocabulary, if you ask me.
A small slice of modesty for someone whose confidence...
Come on, Christie, go, 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 stay on the toes!
...isn't wavering.
What's it like for you to be out there on that track?
I pretty much got everybody in the stands, like, on their feet. Even my coaches were like that. They had their jaws dropped.
Everything that Christie has gone through, especially from a medical perspective, has just been inspiring to me.
She has an intellectual disability, She was born with a rare heart condition that required surgery at the age of 2.
Stay on his toes.
Christie also had to get her index fingers corrected and now has to always monitor her blood pressure.
There's not always a roadmap, and so there's challenges, and you just have to face them.
Well, through Special Olympics, she has succeeded, competing in multiple sports, her favorite being track, where she has certainly lived up to her motto.
I win, but I don't like losing.
Did you have fun today?
Yes.
Were you nervous?
No.
No, you aren't.
Well, as a mother, I'm proud of her. I mean, her enthusiasm is contagious.
Yeah, it's a special feature just for me.
She embraces everything with a positive attitude.
Which this sprinter has every time she visits Smash.
You ready to go have some exercise, play?
In those peaceful moments together.
Come on, I'm going to give you a kiss.
As she continues to live her life.
Well, you got to have fun.
As only Christie knows how.
Hey, don't mess with me because I'm bringing the Texas heat.
Push it, push it, push it. You got it.
The house will be in order.
The stories in this show even made their way to the U.S. Capitol. On March 14th, the 5 athletes you met tonight received a proclamation on the floor of the House of Representatives.
Without objection, the gentleman is recognized for 1 minute.
Congressman Ted Poe entered their stories into the official records of Congress, forever immortalized amongst some of the greats this country has ever seen.
Forever and ever, after we're not here and we go up with the angels, we will still be in history for what you did. So congratulations to you.
1, 2, 3, go back! This, for all these volunteers, this is their passion. So, you know, without them, this organization doesn't run. So it doesn't matter how many hours I put in, without them, we can't do this.
The lifeblood of this organization are the volunteers. Thousands have given their time over the years here in Houston. Our former colleague Bob Allen was deeply passionate about helping these young men and women realize their dream, and you could too. If you'd like to help, give them a call. On the screen, you'll find the contact information for the local chapter. Thanks for watching Against All Odds, Houston's Special Olympians. And as their motto states, like you heard Bebo say earlier, let me win. If I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. Maybe we should all have that mentality. Take care, everybody.